Was proud of our guys tonight. Last time we played William & Mary, we had a terrific first half defensively, and we really let up in the second half. And we talked about at halftime how they only had 26 points, and that we'd done a nice job holding them down, but that we needed another 20 minutes of sound defense, and I thought we got that. They hurt us on the offensive glass, but really other than that, I thought we did a terrific job shutting them down defensively.
Questions for Coach Smart?
What do you think you could have done better tonight?
Rebounded. We got out-rebounded by William & Mary, and they're not the best rebounding team statistically. But you know what? When teams shoot a lot of threes, there's long rebounds. And so some of them didn't bounce our way. But I don't have a lot of critiques for our guys tonight. You know, the energy was extremely high. We talked about having a sense of urgency in defending everything that they do. Our guys did that, and then we got terrific efforts really across the board, positions 1 through 5.
Chuck, talk about the pressure a little bit tonight. William Mary, 14 turnovers, which is a little high for them, but not really high. But you guys really disrupted their flow.
Yeah, I thought it was disruptive, and I thought what it did was it allowed the game to be played a little bit more our way, which is always key when you're playing a team with a much different style of play. This was the first game that we started in our man-to-man pressure. We typically start in one of our other presses, but we felt like the way they were going to attack the press, we felt like our man-to-man pressure was the best way to go. And I thought Joey and Brandon at the front of the press did a phenomenal job. Ed Nixon, when he was in the game, Darius did a good job of putting pressure on the ball and just getting their guys on their heels. And then we did a nice job rotating. They didn't hurt us too much out of the press, a little bit at the end, but I thought the benefit of the press far outweighed anything they did to hurt us in it.
How much did you kind of sense going into this that the guys kind of felt like it was time to kind of say who VCU was and just kind of put themselves in the mix?
Yeah, I sensed that a lot after Georgia State. We were in the locker room, and Brandon Roselle, who's one of the more outspoken guys on the team, this was 5 minutes after beating Georgia State. He said, "Well, next week's payback week," and that's what really has been on our guys' minds coming into this week, playing against two teams that knocked us off earlier in the year. And so we're halfway there after this game. Certainly Saturday's challenge will be stiffer in that it's not at home. And it's against a team that's won, I don't know how they did tonight, but they won 9 in a row, so 10 in a row. But I think our guys understand that if we play like that, we can play with anybody.
Joey had 18 points, 10 assists, 1 turnover. Seemed to be really aware of what people were on the court. Got the ball to Larry on a number of lobs. Is he playing as sort of hitting his peak, you think?
I don't know. I don't want to say he's hitting his peak. He's certainly playing better than he's ever played. And he's playing with, you hit the nail on the head, an awareness out there. It's almost like he's got eyes in the back of his head. He knows where everyone is and really playing with confidence. And I think we've challenged Joey all year to be more of a leader, to be more vocal. I think he's responded and done that. And I really feel like there's a connection between the leadership that he's shown and his stellar play. So, hopefully he can just keep on improving in both.
He said that he's learning to lead. So last year that really just listened to Eric a lot. But he also said that you challenged Brandon to show more personality, show a little bit more spunk, a little bit more, and also end result more shooting. How far do you see Brandon come shooting this season?
He's come a long way. I think he's always been someone that can play in spurts with all kinds of energy, but he's been much more consistent. And he's had to defend some of the tougher guards in the league, and he's done a nice job of it. So Brandon's been great. He and Ed are the Energy Brothers. I talk about that all the time, and those guys, they can't be outdone in terms of energy when they play like that. And that just, you can't put a value on that for a team.
Is this team closer now to where you want it to be? How close is it to what should be?
Certainly were for that 40 minutes, Tim. I think our level of motivation tonight that our guys displayed was through the roof. And, you know, it's a tricky thing as a coach, kind of, you know, making sure that that motivation is extremely high night in and night out, because every player is different. But, you know, when our guys are highly motivated, they're always confident. I don't think that's much of an issue with this team. And then when they add in a level of concentration in terms of doing what we asked them to do in the scouting report, then we're going to be really tough to beat.
Coach, talk about the atmosphere tonight, the first game.
It's
back.
phenomenal. Yeah, makes such a difference. Ron Berdovich is here from the CAA. I'm going to ask him again if we can move all the games here. I mean, it's just, it's really like playing 6-on-5. You know, and our guys feed off of it so much. And we talk all the time about, hey guys, wherever we are, whether it's home or away, we need to follow the same game plan. We need to play the same way. But the reality is, when they're here, when our guys are here, it's different, you know. And they play with so much more energy. They feed off the crowd feeds off of them, and it's much easier for them to show the resolve that we talk about having at home. And you know, now the challenge is Saturday we won't be home, and but great teams win at home, and then they win their share on the road. And if we want to be a great team, that's exactly what we have to do.
When Larry's hitting his 8 to 12-foot jump shots, what's that do for your offense?
Well, it's sure a nice bonus. You could tell he kind of had an added kind of bounce to his step, and the shots looked good. It looked good. It was maybe one or two that were off balance. But, you know, Larry's a guy when he's on balance and he takes a mid-range shot, even out to 17, 18 feet, it's a pretty good shot. William and Mary was doing a nice job forcing him away from the basket. We talk all the time about him using his quickness, facing up and attacking the basket. He had a nice move in the first half, if you recall, where he faced up probably about 18 feet away and he got all the way to the rim and rolled it right over the front of the rim. But he played with a high level of activity tonight, and I thought that really allowed him to be effective on the offensive end. And then defensively, he helped us as well, because one of the reasons William and Mary is so hard to guard is their 5 men are so active. And then when Ludwig comes in the game, he can really shoot. And I thought our guys did a nice job defending that position. Terrence Santil changed the game when he came in at that spot, because all of a sudden he started disrupting passes. They really used their 5-man as a transporter, you know, an assist man in a lot of situations, and Terrence really disrupted that.
Any more questions for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.